Welcome back, Warpath family. We're going to go over a little bit about some troops, what I've noticed in the game so far and have learned so far, and what Server 1 and older players have taught me about the game. So if you guys are interested in some tips and tricks about troops, stay tuned to the video. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the channel. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000. I will do a live stream soon when we try to hit almost 1,000 subs and do a giveaway to it. So be looking for that. I will post it as a premiere so that way everybody knows when the live stream is going to be. And I'll do some giveaways to everybody. That's a huge moment for me to be able to get to 1,000 subs. And if you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. But today's video, I wanted to go over a couple things that happened. So as you can see here, BJ, the guy I interviewed, he was almost 10 million power, and as you can see, he got burned out by the Russians. So the Russians invaded us in 3 different cities, which Hunter, our main person, the leader, he live streamed it. But anyway, we had to come to one of the cities, and yeah, so he got burned out. So if you guys think that a 10 million power player can't get swarmed and burned out, you're sadly mistaken. Once again, I'll show you guys what exactly happens. But with that said, this is the point of the video, not for me just to say he got burned out or about the invasion. That's not my point, because I'm going to start doing more videos, not just about talking about the war that happened, because I know a lot of people get pissed off, they get upset, they leave some bad comments and stuff like that. I'm not in XYT to make videos and boast to everybody about how big and bad and how much people pay and all that different stuff. I'm here to make videos for the community to enhance people's gameplay. If you guys had any questions or concerns or tips or things that you would like changed, I'm just trying to help the overall game and enjoy making some content for the game, because I do enjoy the video editing and the playing of the game. I must play in some alliance, so this is the alliance that I chose to play in, just so you guys know. But that leads me to topic number 1, and that is troops in your army. Before, when I did this, I always thought that I would need 5 marches out. So I would make 3 tanks, an infantry, a rocket, a whatever. I would have 5 marches. And these 5, I would click and I would bring them all out. And I would drag these things everywhere all around, because I felt like if I had 5, that I was more powerful, that 5 was better. And that's not necessarily the case. I had a lot of Server 1 people, players that have been in the game for quite some time, tell me that, you need to only have a couple of the strongest that you could possibly get on the field. And what does that mean? That means that you have, because when you level, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this the best, but let's just say one of your strongest troops, right? So you have a single strongest troop, or you have 2. Usually it's just 1, but when you get up into the 120 level, 120, 200, that's pretty high, but let's just say 120 because that's T5s, because that's plausible right now. When you get up into that range, it takes a lot of ammunition and a lot of points to be able to rank it up. It also takes a lot of components to be able to max out the technology. So honestly, instead of having 5 okay units, it's better to have 1 super strong unit on the field. And how do I know that? Because I saw firsthand players, even players in the alliances that we were fighting, they had 1 strong unit of 400k or 500k power. It had max commanders and it had maxed out technology and everything like that. And I would take 3 okay marches at 150 to 200k each march, which is 600k, right? And his march is only 450k. But yet he killed all of my troops on the field. They could not keep up, even though I swarmed him with 3 versus 1. So I've noticed in this game that it's all about how super strong your one unit is with its parts, with its modifications, and also with its level. Having that one unit, you could literally run around and wreck everything. So I want to bring that up to all the newer players that might be thinking like, do I need, 2 tanks, 3 tanks, 4 tanks? Do I need all infantry, whatever? This isn't one of those games where your 5 marches out there are going to be overpowering one march. Like, you need to really think about what your unit, the strongest one, is going to be, and then go from there. Now, what you see here with me, I've chosen these ones based upon also the faction. So some of my strongest ones are in Liberty. That's just how the cards fell. I have them. I also have a Tiger and some other things, but that's how it fell. Now, I do have in my officer camp that Liberty, now in the 3rd stage, the Affinity 3, unlocks this to where when I have 3 Camp Liberty units deployed, what that means is they don't have to be on the field fighting. They've been deployed. They have been, when you issue your, right here, let me go to it, right here, when you go to do this, this will say deployed. And so I've deployed that unit. Now when I have 3 of these inside of my base, it's going to give me a buff right here of +9 attack and +9 damage. The next one right here, when you have 4, is going to give 15. And so I'm working towards that right now. But that's super important to be able to have. Now, I have some artillery left in here because I don't really bring it onto the battlefield that much. But if somebody comes back to my base and tries to attack my base, I have some artillery to really give their units a pounding when they try to attack my base. Then I have rockets and then the artillery that stays in there. And then I drag out these 2 units, that I try to get as powerful as possible, and I take these 2 units onto the field. Or maybe I just take a single unit, when I get up to the next spot 120, I'm not going to be able to do those 2. I'm going to have to save all the ammunition to go to that one single unit to bring it up to 120. So it's relative to kind of how you're doing things or whatever. But I'm telling you guys, if you have one really strong unit with maxed out commanders, and preferably if you're running tanks, you want to buy the Guardian of Truth and max him out, because when he's maxed, he also has a plus 10% for tank units on the damage resistance, which means he can really he does really good. And then you pair him with Spanner, and the key is that you want to get not only the field recovery but this one mainly. So I would level this one up all the way, because this gives you a recovery gain of 25%. Right? And then you have a field recovery, meaning that whenever you take it onto the field, whenever it gets down into the yellow before you have to train again, you drag him away from the battle and you let him sit there for 15-20 seconds. He heals, and then you put him back in, and you never have to train, you never lose your reserves, and you're just constantly going in, going out, going in, going out. I've noticed that is my best tip for units in the battlefield for all you new players. Anyway guys, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section. Until next time.